everyone, it's Shane Conto, your Wasteland Reviewer, and welcome to the Wasteland Retrospective here on the SPDM Crew Podcasting Network. And this is my weekly show where my guests and I each pick a film related in some shape or form. And hopefully, by the end of this episode, you'll have two films to go check out. And it's the first Thursday of the month, so I'm joined by my wife, Jess. Thank you so much for coming on.
Hi.
And Jess decided to pick The Warriors. And I decided to pair it with Escape from New York. So we have a couple of dystopian, gang-filled New York action thrillers from the 1970s into the 1980s, that like late 70s, early 80s kind of era. And we're going to start here with talking about The Warriors. So this is from director Walter Hill. And this film tells the story of a street gang known as the Warriors must fight its way from the Bronx to its home turf on Coney Island when its members are falsely accused of assassinating a respected gang leader. Jess, what are your thoughts on the Warriors?
I see why this is a cult classic film. I had a friend in college who grew up as a mostly feral child who really enjoyed this, so I shout out Tori, who, I get why he liked this a lot. It's an interesting picture into New York City in the 70s
Mhm.
because neither of us, neither of us remember what that was like. I mean, I feel like New York's always been safe since we've been alive. So it was an interesting look into how things used to be. Like our
Mm.
parents definitely remember it being this way because they talk about it, some more
I
than
think
others.
I think one of our probably two of our parents think it's still
A
this
dystopian
way,
landscape.
which both those parents are mine. But
Yeah, my mom rides the subway like no issue. She loves being in New York City.
it definitely captures that era of New York City, but obviously like turns it up a notch to make it
Yeah, I
like
mean, I'm assuming there's
there's
not.
no roving band
Yeah,
gangs of baseball uniform clad
they are.
gangs and
Well,
stuff like that.
they're so coordinated. Some of them are better than others. Like, what's with the mimes? How'd you get that?
Mime is money, Jess.
Oh my God.
You have, and that's one of like the fun parts of this movie is all the ridiculous gangs and stuff
Oh,
like that,
yes.
which they've definitely parried this in
Oh
so
yeah.
many other things. But like, you have the baseball ones, you have like the mimes, you have like a bunch of ones that look really cool, and other ones that look like they're a
Skateboarders, I think.
bunch of idiots.
Their skateboarding one.
And like obviously the Warriors
The
are cool
girls,
with
of
their
course. They don't have a theme, they're just girls.
bare-chested leather vests
Yeah, yeah.
and
I
everything.
mean, I get it.
They're
They
cool.
have basically biker jackets on.
Exactly. And you have all the gangs and that's fun part. It's certainly action filled and thrilling, so that's probably like the other biggest selling
I mean,
point
it
here.
doesn't really rest a whole lot
No, it's a very fast-paced film and it's constantly going places.
as they get picked off.
Exactly. And because this all starts with like this big meeting of all the gangs, and you
Hmm.
have this very charismatic leader who's trying to like bring peace and everything, played by Roger Hill, Cyrus, who's like, "Can you dig it?"
Yeah, that's one of
And
the things I think that's been memeable about
yes,
this.
"Can you dig it?"
I mean, he's got a lot of charisma there.
Yes, he has a lot of charisma and is inspiring.
Do you think all this is based on the Rainbow Coalition from Chicago?
There's well, it's pretty like
I mean, that wasn't gangs, but
there's obviously going to be some type of influences, like even just like I'm assuming it's drawing upon like civil rights leaders and
hmm
stuff like that
yeah.
in terms of
Fred
like
Hampton, I thought.
trying to bring peace and stuff like that. But then you have little shit David Patrick Kelly,
He's scary.
Luther, who delivers the iconic Warriors, the mountain players.
Which was way later in the movie than I remember
Yes.
being.
It's like almost at the end of the movie.
Yep.
But he certainly has had a career of playing smarmy little jerks.
Slimy little guys.
Yep. And here he's the one that obviously has something against the Warriors and wants to
frame
like
them.
frame them for this whole entire thing. And then, some of the members of the Warriors stand out for good reasons and others bad reasons.
Like you mean
Uh
like the rapist Shane?
well, like Ajax is like a complete asshole, and which is funny because he's the most famous actor out of all of them,
Mm.
James Raymer, who he's been a character actor for decades. He's even in the new It Welcome to Derry show, actually. And he's one of the characters that we definitely don't like. You shouldn't like, but you have the other characters that you gravitate towards, like Michael Beck's Swan's he's like the pretty
Oh yeah.
like leader kid. So like he definitely stands in that out that way.
We love a code name.
It has those cool like little comic booky interludes
Yeah.
and stuff like that. This movie has a lot of style. It has a lot of thrills.
No wonder
The
they're all aggressively in shape. They run everywhere.
Yeah. There's not a whole lot of structured narrative besides the fact that like get from point A to point
Yep.
B and avoid getting killed by these other gangs or the police.
Yep. Police are out for him too. One
Yep.
of them does.
Yes. And it's
Kind
like
of unexpected.
it's one of those types of films where it's like this just breathes this just like screams I'm gonna be a cult classic movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because like
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna say that this is like a great movie, but
It's
it's
fun.
has tons of great genre elements, and it's very interesting that this is out in an era of post Assault on Precinct 13 and Halloween
Mm-hmm.
in this John Carpenter era, because like I feel like people might even confuse this with a John Carpenter movie because it
Mm-hmm.
has that kind of vibe and
Yeah, I
stuff
can
like
see
that.
that.
Even the music certainly
The
has a
music
lot of
was
person. Barry Dev uh Barry Dvorzan is the composer for this, and it definitely has a lot of personality and grabs your attention for sure.
Hmm,
But Jess, anything else that you want to add about the Warriors?
I don't think so.
This is one of those types of films, like if you love action movies
Yeah,
and
you'll enjoy this.
aesthetics and stuff like that, it has vibes. This isn't exactly one that like, and you'll 100% get references because like they have like a cool DJ, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this is the third act of John Wick Chapter 4. Um,
Which doesn't surprise me at all that I had influence on that.
yeah, and then there's a whole entire episode of What We Do in the Shadows
Mm-hmm.
based off of the
Yep.
Warriors. So there's a lot of pop culture references for sure. Uh, I am sure throughout this whole entire film for but our other film we're going to talk about is one that I I love quite a bit and also have a lot more experience with is Escape from New York from 1981, and this is indeed a John Carpenter film. And in a dystopian 1997, a soldier turned bank robber is tasked with rescuing the US president from after he crashes into Manhattan, which has been turned into a giant maximum security prison.
Define maximum security. 'Cause I feel like if the president's plane can crash into it,
Well, you can't
maybe it's
leave
not.
it.
I know, but it just seems like I guess that's technically correct. It's just so big.
Well, that's the thing.
Nothing
So
inside is secured.
correct, because they don't care.
Mm.
Basically, it's a penal colony. If you get sent there, you're not getting out.
Mm-mm. Oh
So,
yeah, they did really just make Australia, but in Manhattan.
starring Burt Russell as Snake Plissken. But Jess, what are your thoughts on Escape from New York?
Don't let certain politicians see this. We don't want them getting any ideas. I love this movie too. We love all of it. Camp. We love the snake of it all. Ernest Borgnine, always my or Borgnine,
Tabby,
always my favorite character in this forever.
Snake.
He's just
She's
he's
so
just happy
happy
to
to.
be. What did he get arrested for? Why is he on that island?
He's just so happy whenever Snake's there.
Yeah, I can't picture him doing a crime. I mean, he throws that Molotov cocktail, so obviously he's ready to fuck. But like, What did he do to get put there? Or did he just not leave?
Getaway driver.
Did he just not leave Oh, maybe. But did he just not leave Manhattan when they closed it? He just decided to stay.
Well, this is my town. I'm not going anywhere.
Good for him. Yeah, I mean, when you meet him, he's living his best life in the theater.
And he's just like, Snake,
He's just happy.
I thought you were dead.
Good for
Also, the
him.
reports of Snake's death were greatly exaggerated because everybody thinks he's dead.
Yeah, I don't blame him. He kind of wishes he was for a lot of this, although he's trying to live. I don't think he's doing this because he loves the president.
Which, like, this is also a very influential film because literally the whole entire video game series, Metal Gear Solid,
Solid Snake.
is a thing because their Solid Snake, their protagonist, is literally just Snake Plissken.
Oh, I missed the part where he sneaks around the box.
Yes, Kurt Russell does not sneak around in a box.
Really
in it.
solid butts. I could see it.
Well, I think the biggest positive to start off with is indeed Kurt Russell, who is extremely charismatic, very steely.
Very clothed in leather, very leather clad.
He's very John Wayne coded in so many things that it was interesting to see him be Clint Eastwood coded in this one. Because like
Oh yeah, he's not like lawful good at all. He's not on
well
the good
because
side of the
well
spectrum
I
at
mean
all.
more like he's usually like big and swaggering,
Oh,
and here he's just like
quiet and shit, sick of everyone's shit.
it's Liskin.
I thought you meant because Clint tends to play the like true neutral, maybe neutral good.
Well, here's the thing: Snake's not a good
He's a
person,
chaotic neutral.
and he doesn't care.
Good for him.
And
What an icon.
he has a little moment of growth where, like at the very end, he doesn't give like this super sensitive information back to a corrupt president. He lets it out to the public. So he does have that like
Yep.
he could use that rebellious nature for good somewhere in there.
Helps that the president's a massive piece of shit.
Yeah.
Who would have thunk?
Yeah, Donald Pleasance went
That's so
from
weird.
being a seemingly heroic character of Dr. Loomis, who, let's be frank,
Oh my
is on the
god.
verge of like a psychotic break himself.
In
To
every single movie, I forgot that he tried to shoot a child in one of the sequels, by the way. I saw a clip of that
yeah,
earlier.
so but like Donald Pleasance here is such a smug bastard playing the president.
He's pathetic, and then he's like, "Yeah, I
Yeah,
gotta be on air in 10
yeah,
minutes."
The Duke, as he's shooting Isaac Hayes.
Honestly, Isaac Hayes, love the aesthetic he has, love the chandelier on the front of his car.
He has literal chandeliers as headlights
Yep.
on his car, and I love how the John Carpenter score just kicks into this
Yeah.
very funky vibe whenever the
The
Duke
music is
rolls up.
immaculate.
But yeah, because like you have the Duke who runs New York, Isaac Hayes' character, and then this film is filled with like the craziest characters because you have Brain, played by Harry Dean Stanton,
Very
who's a
gay
lot of
coded.
fun.
Is he gay coded or is he just gay? I don't remember.
Like,
I feel like
isn't
that.
he in a relationship with Maggie,
Uh,
Adrian Barbeau's character, who's a badass?
sure.
So, and obviously Ernest Borgnine's a big standout because he's just so joyfully fun as Cabby.
He's They watched this and were like, he'd make a perfect sponge super.
Just pour one out for
I
Cabby.
know he died
Poor
when his
guy.
cab did.
Lee Van Cleef,
Spoilers for a 30-year-old movie.
the military guy Lee Van Cleef, is just which it's so funny because having Kurt Russell act like Clint Eastwood next to Lee Van
Yeah,
Cleef
isn't
is a
he
lot of
just like
fun.
Angel Eyes in Good, the Bad, and the Ugly? Just a corrupt. Well, he's
Well,
very
listen,
by the
skin.
book. Yeah, he's like lawful evil,
Well,
lawful
yeah,
neutral maybe.
he's a military guy.
Yeah,
He's doing his job,
he follows orders.
and he just has that Lee Van Cleef like gravelly voice
Yep.
because this is later in his career. It's probably about 15 years after.
He throws Kurt Russell around a lot. He just kind of smacks the crap out of him. Which I mean, everybody does, but
Which Kurt Russell has such a vibe. That hair is perfect, the eye patch is badass, and then his outfit's interesting because he has like the camo pants.
the leather, aren't they
Yeah,
leather? I remember him being all in leather, but maybe it's just his like vest,
I
not even a
think
vest, like a
he has
sleeveless
a
shirt.
well, because like when you see him at first, he has like a brown leather jacket, the black,
Yeah,
it's
very
like
modern
skin
leather
tight,
jacket.
sleeveless like skin tight
Very
shirt on.
practical for rescuing the president, if we're being honest.
But like, I think he's all leather in Escape from LA
Oh, Shane, that reminds me, the biggest drawback in this is that he doesn't surf at all.
on CGI waves.
He could surf more in this, Shane. That's all I'm
There you go.
saying.
I think like, here's the thing. This film does have limitations because this is way too big of an idea of a movie
For the budget.
for the budget that John Carpenter had. But for what he makes is really impressive for the
Yeah.
amount of money that he had. Because,
All those computer screens, very
yeah, it was so
very I
80s.
love it. We still go
So
back to that
80s.
aesthetic.
You look at I'm trying to find the budget here. The budget was $6 million.
I was gonna say $50 on a carton of cigarettes.
Well, this is one of his bigger budgeted movies. Like, you could tell they still had some money. Um, but this made $25 million. So like, this was a pretty big hit for John Carpenter, and which was really good for him because this came out around the same time as The Thing, which did not make money.
It made
So,
money in our hearts.
well, it came out the same weekend as E.T.
I find E.T. way scarier, if I'm being honest.
But like, that's a hard thing to go up against, which became like one of the highest grossing films of all time. But this film,
Ugh.
like, the score is so John Carpenter and fits
Yeah, I
perfect.
would listen to this just to like relax.
There's good action. You have that whole entire wrestling match.
Yeah, I was gonna mention the professional wrestling match.
Yes. Which was a hardcore match because they were able to use weapons and stuff like that. Um,
I assume the whole island is that way, to be
the
honest.
whole bridge chase at the end with the mines and stuff like that. Not everybody makes it out okay.
I would
Of
say most
this.
people do not.
And it's important to remember that you're not really supposed to like Snake because he does some really messed up things.
Yeah, he ignores like a bunch of rape.
Yes.
Um,
Snake's here to do a job.
yeah, he kind of just he beats the crap out of that mentally ill homeless man that has the wristwatch or whatever.
Oh, Buck
To be
Flowers.
fair, Buck Flowers isn't doing anything. He just found a wristwatch and decided to go with it, and then he just beats the crap out of this poor man.
I would like to just point out that Tom Atkins, Carl Cyphers, and Buck Flowers all pop up in this movie, which is like the triumvirate of John Carpenter character actors. Because like, Charles Cyphers is the Secretary of State in this. He's the police chief in Halloween.
Oh, oh, he seems nice in Halloween.
And then Tom Atkins, I think, is one of the military guys in this.
Classic.
But like, he's one of the leads in The Fog. He's
Mm.
the lead in Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Both very upsetting movies in different ways.
He's also the guy that comes to Murtaugh to after his daughter dies in Lethal Weapon.
I don't remember that at all.
He has like the stepdad mustache of the 1980s.
Wow.
Yeah, 100%. So
Good
like,
for him.
this just has so many fun character actors. There's not a whole lot of like, similar to Warriors. I think this has more story and layers to it, but like, it's still one of those types of things. Snake's like, they're like, go get the president and come back.
Fetch.
That
Fetch quest.
more or less, this is a game of fetch. That's the plot. So,
Or you die.
or you die. Yes, because you have this thing that got injected into
I mean,
him.
same as the Warriors, escape New York City or you die.
Yeah. So
There you go.
these are related, very similar in a lot of ways,
There's a lot
except,
of leather in both of them too.
yes, except I like this one more.
A lot of hair.
I wonder what the Warriors would be like if John Carpenter directed it.
He probably would have loved it.
It probably would have been more
Yeah.
violent.
I love this one.
And Kurt Russell would have been the leader of the Warriors. 100%.
Dude, everybody in those so aggressive, like in the Warriors, so aggressively fit. Like I kept forgetting that people used to walk everywhere.
Well, Kurt Russell was ridiculously fit in
Yes,
this.
that was his whole life.
Yeah. But this is just one of those films where it has plenty of personality. They do a great job of bringing this dystopian Manhattan hellscape to life.
Yeah,
And there's a
trash
lot of
everywhere. It's kind of tipped over a dumpster and kicked it around. That's fine. That's atmosphere.
well, like the Duke's hideout
Yeah,
with the whole wrestling
that's where
ring
the
and
whole
that whole
budget
thing.
went, I think.
And then the bridge thing with all of like the mines and the
Yeah,
blockages and all those types of things.
machine gun fire.
Absolutely. But yeah, Jess, do you have anything else to add about Escape from New York?
Nope.
But then that's a wrap here on another episode of the Wasteland Retrospective. So next month, Jess and I are going to be diving into not another double dose of John Carpenter, but more John Carpenter, but this time a double dose. We're going to be talking about They Live and Starman, a couple of films where aliens pretend to be human beings, and that's probably about the extent of the similarities between those two movies. And next week, Mike Hilty and I are going to do a double dose of Al Pacino films from the year 1992, Scent of a
Oh,
Woman,
you would have loved.
and
You love that
Glengarry
one.
Glen Ross. So both roles for which Al Pacino got nominated for Oscars that year, but only one he won, and that was Scent of a Woman. No, because he did get nominated for Best Supporting Actor
I'm
at the
jealous.
Oscars too.
You get to talk about one of my favorite lines in cinema ever, which is "Fuck you, that's my name."
Yep.
I
Alec
wish I could
Baldwin.
be that sassy and or assertive, but I'm just a huge weenie, so I probably would have just cried. If
Alec
someone said
Baldwin
that.
was just trying out for
He obviously
Jack Donaghy for 30 Rock.
Jack Donaghy if he did way more cocaine.
Well, Jack Donaghy in the early 90s.
Oh yeah, he definitely would have been.
This was a younger, more coked up Jack Donaghy.
He obviously did a line and then came and recorded that.
So, but thanks for listening. Make sure to like, comment, and share on this episode. What's your favorite New York set action thriller type movie? It could be dystopian or not, because I would have to think if there's more like this one or not.
Name more.
And why is it Escape from New York? Make sure to follow or subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast. The SPDM Crew Podcasting Network is ever expanding. There's so many different types of shows, a lot of the movies, but there are other ones, and a little bit for everybody. But if you're interested in joining the crew, whether you are starting your own podcast because you have an idea for a podcast or want to be a guest on one of these shows, reach out to us on our website. And if you like our logo, check out HiFlyer Creative for all your digital marketing needs. But most importantly, thank you as always for tuning in and supporting the Wasteland Retrospective here on the SPDM Crew Podcasting Network.